In 2022, Aaron Judge has been baseball's best hitter. He leads all of baseball in several different categories: runs scored, RBIs, home runs, slugging percentage, OPS, OPS plus, total bases, intentional walks, and leads the American League in walks and on-base percentage. He has been otherworldly for the New York Yankees. His 55 home runs at the time of this video being made is a career high, and he's on a mission to get to 60 and break Roger Maris's famous record of 61. Judge has been an elite hitter his entire career, but he decided to one-up all of those years and have a career season right before he reaches the free agent market this offseason. It doesn't matter that he's over 30 years old, he's going to get the bag. With all that being said, with all of those stats he leads in, the getting on base at a high rate, slugging like Barry Bonds, hitting a ton of homers, and more, Aaron Judge is not the American League MVP. He still very well could win the award because at the end of the day, it's not up to me or any fan in baseball, but only to the writers eligible to vote. So who is the American League MVP if not the mighty Aaron Judge, you may ask? You probably know where this is going. Shohei Ohtani. In 2022, Shohei Ohtani has been an incredible hitter. In almost the identical number of games played as Judge, Ohtani has hit to an .894 OPS, swatting 34 home runs and driving in 88. His OPS plus is 149, his batting average is 266, his on-base is 355 with his slugging percentage at 539. There's one thing crystal clear with these numbers if you look at them. 0 of them are better than what Judge has on his stat sheet. In fact, it's not even close. Aaron Judge wipes Ohtani in every category: homers, RBIs, batting average, on-base percentage, slugging, OPS, OPS plus, total bases. I mean, the list just goes on and on. This isn't a dig at Ohtani because, like I said, he's having an incredible offensive season, but it speaks volumes to just how ridiculous and out of this world Judge has been. His OPS is over 200 points higher than Ohtani, he's hit over 20 more homers, an on-base percentage 65 points higher, a slugging percentage 140 points higher. Again, Judge doesn't just lead Ohtani in these categories, he leads either the American League or all of baseball. Ohtani isn't number one in any offensive category. So based off of this alone, Aaron Judge is far and away your 2022 American League MVP, and Ohtani theoretically shouldn't even be in the conversation considering there are other players ahead of him in these categories not named Judge. Unfortunately for Judge, it isn't that simple because Ohtani happens to be the most talented and valuable athlete in sports. Aaron Judge is a better hitter than Shohei Ohtani. That's just a fact, there's no debating that. And their career numbers show it. 5 years down the line from now, maybe that changes, but for now, Judge is the better hitter, and it's not that relatively close. But Ohtani doesn't just hit. Shohei Ohtani is also a starting pitcher, an elite one at that, therefore he deserves the MVP. Now, that is what you call a simple conclusion, but I of course will go a little more in depth because there needs to be more context. Shohei Ohtani can be a two-way player, cool, but in order to be an MVP, he has to be able to hit and pitch both at least very well, and if not, do one of the two extraordinarily well. In 2021, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. had a season where he would have won the MVP award if not for Ohtani also being able to pitch. Despite having a better overall offensive season, Ohtani, who had a great year at the plate, also had a really good year on the mound. You put those two things together, and Ohtani's value jumps higher than Vladdy Jr.'s. Although it is the same thing this year between Ohtani and his opposing MVP candidate, I will admit that Judge is making the case way harder just for the sheer fact that his numbers are far and away better than Ohtani's. But the bottom line is, Ohtani can also pitch. But he hasn't just pitched, he's pitched well. If Ohtani had an ERA around 4, Judge would be my pick for MVP because although the pitching side of things adds value to Ohtani's game, if it's not great enough, Judge's offense overrules both of Ohtani's talents together. But here's the thing. Ohtani hasn't pitched mediocre or bad. In 2022, Shohei Ohtani has thrown over 140 innings with a 2.55 ERA, a 2.51 fielding independent pitching, which is a more accurate representation of what your ERA should be, and it's almost identical, meaning he hasn't gotten lucky. He has struck out 188 hitters and won 12 games for his Angels. So despite having a lot less production value on offense compared to Judge, he's still had a really good offensive season, while also having a great pitching season, and that should translate to an MVP award. If that's not the case for you, and you feel that Judge is the MVP and not Ohtani, I respect your opinion, I really do, because Judge's year has just been that good. The way I see it, I don't think Ohtani should win the MVP in a landslide or anything. Judge definitely deserves some love, but I just feel that a really good offensive season plus a great pitching season edges out a ridiculously great offensive season for Judge. Keyword, edges because it's really close. People also might try to make the argument that Judge can't pitch, so it's unfair to just give the MVP award to Ohtani every year. But to respond to that hypothetical argument, yeah, it is unfair, but not in an immoral way. Ohtani can also pitch, yes, but that doesn't mean he should be punished for it just because he's the only two-way player in baseball. He didn't wake up one day and gain a superpower. Think of it this way. Take Jon Berti of the Miami Marlins, who leads all of baseball in stolen bases. Now put the Flash in Major League Baseball. He would obviously be the more valuable speed threat rather than Berti, but that wouldn't be fair because the Flash has a literal superpower and isn't running that fast naturally. Now put Usain Bolt in Major League Baseball and say he passes Berti in stolen bases. That would be fair because Usain Bolt is naturally a fast runner. Shohei Ohtani didn't become what he is overnight. He trained for years and got better at both aspects of baseball, and has now become something that nobody has ever seen before. As far as we know, Ohtani didn't get bit by a spider and gain superpowers and an advantage to be able to do something nobody else can. Or maybe he did. Someone should investigate that. But at the end of the day, does Aaron Judge deserve the AL MVP award? He absolutely does. But he also happens to be playing in a time where Shohei Ohtani exists too. Again, I'm not here to say that you are wrong if you prefer Judge's 2022 season over Ohtani's, but in my eyes, the value of what Ohtani has done is better than what anyone else has done this season. Let me know your thoughts, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.